Mrs. Debisi, a broiler poultry farmer somewhere in Masaka. Masaka is in Nasarawa State. I ran out of fund 2 weeks and few days into raising 400 broilers. Actually, someone promised to support her business by giving her, not loaning, by dashing her money. The money is estimated to be able to raise 400 birds because I helped her to do the estimation. But the person I'm not giving her the fund, and from all the promise indications, the money will come within 2 weeks. So she had a little money. She decided to start immediately with her own fund, hoping that by the time before she will run out, the person must have given her the money. So when she ran out of fund and the person was not forthcoming yet, she had only two options. Option one was to go and look for who will give her a quick loan for her to be able to raise those birds to maturity and sell them. But you know, getting quick loans, the interest rate is crazy. Then option two is for her to sell those birds. Now 2 weeks birds, broilers are still prematured, they are still small. People who eat broilers don't buy such. So the only option she has to sell those broilers is to sell them to a fellow farmer. You know, we have what we call brood and sell. A farmer can brood broilers for 2 weeks and then sell it to another farmer who will now complete raising the broilers without the stress, passing through the stress of brooding. Finally, one person didn't buy it. Different farmers did the buying, and actually we encouraged her to maybe sell like 300 and then use the money to raise only 100. But she was frustrated because this was not part of her plan, so she sold all. The cost of selling was staggering, but when she checked how much she got back, she made a little loss. But this was only possible because her cash flow management was messed up. You know, cash flow in the poultry farming sector is what differentiates a poultry business person from just a poultry farmer. So in this video, I want to share with you how to effectively manage your cash flow in your poultry farm, and the video is starting right now. Before we proceed, I need to explain to you what I mean by cash flow in the poultry farm. You know, generally, cash moves from hand to hand, or it's transferred from an account to another account. So that's the same thing in poultry farm. In poultry farming, cash flow means the movement of money in and out of the farm. If money comes into your farm account, it's known as cash inflow. This can only be possible when you are making sales. Either you are selling chicken as a broiler farmer or you are selling egg as a layer farmer. And then when money is leaving the farm account and is going outside the farm to other people, it's known as cash outflow. This is possible when you are buying feed, you are buying drugs for the birds, you are buying the old chicks, and you are paying your farm salary. You understand? Now, cash flow, we have challenges in cash flow around in the poultry farm. For instance, the biggest challenge that we'll have is upfront costs before the income comes in, which means you'll be spending money week in, week out before you finally start reaping what you've sown so far. For instance, a broiler poultry farmer who is raising his broilers for 6 weeks will constantly be spending every week and until the 6th week before he will start selling, and then income will come in. And for a layers poultry farmer, the pullet, it takes it 18 to 20 weeks before they start laying. Now, within these 18 and 20 weeks, that's upfront cost. You keep spending money until it gets to the time they start laying, and then you start getting income. Now, the second challenge that we'll have around poultry cash flow is unexpected expenses. You know, when you've properly budgeted how much it will cost you to run the poultry farm, and then the birds get sick. No one plans for sickness now, and you don't know the kind of sickness, how much it will cost you to treat them. That's unexpected expenses. Or maybe the borehole or the sumo spoils. You cannot do anything in the poultry without water. That means you either have to repair that sumo or you have to replace it entirely. That expense was never part of the plan. Or maybe you have electrical issues, you have to call an electrician. You have plumbing issues, you have to call a plumber. These are unexpected expenses, and it's a very big challenge in cash flows within the poultry farm. And then the third challenge we have in cash flow is delayed payments. You know, you've already made your plans this money will come at this particular point in time, and someone somewhere is laying the payments or is not even sending the money, like Mrs. Adebisi, I told her story earlier. You get the point? These are challenges in cash flows running the poultry farm. Now, having told you what the challenges are, now is the right time to tell you the strategies to properly manage your cash flow. And the first thing you have to do about that is you have to budget. Number one, budget each cycle properly. For instance, as a broiler poultry farmer, you want to raise like 400 broilers, like Mrs. Adebisi. You understand? You have to budget how much it will cost you to raise those birds. Budget it properly and make sure that you have the fund before you start raising the birds, so that you will not get into problem along the way doing that. The second thing you need to do as a strategy to properly manage your cash flow in this farm is to have a reserve. You get the point? That reserve is what will help you when there is time for unexpected expenses. For instance, I normally tell people, if you had in mind to raise 1,000 broilers and you've checked the money you have, not the ones that people are promising you or the ones that people are owing you somewhere. You understand? The one you have in the farm account or you have them cash. You want to raise 1,000 broilers. When you've done the budget and see that, okay, this money can do this, I always advise people to, instead of raising that 1,000, do 950 or do 900 so that you have a reserve, because we always have unexpected issues coming up in the farm that will lead to unexpected expenses. Normally in record we call it miscellaneous or other spendings. You get the point? The third way to properly manage your cash flow is to monitor your expense and income very closely. Let me start with the expenses. When you monitor your expenses very closely, you might notice that there are places that money is leaking the most in your farm, and there is room for you to patch it up. For instance, as a broiler poultry farmer, you don't have any business to be buying feed every week. You need to have budgeted how many bags of feed the birds will eat. Buy the entire feed at once and bring them to the farm. Most commercial feeds have this validity. Their feed has validity period of 3 months. So you make sure that the feed still has a longer validity period. Then you buy everything at once. See what you are going to be saving. You are going to be saving a lot of money by transporting this feed at once to the farm than going every week to be buying the feed. If you are going every week, that means every week you'll be spending money on transportation. And there is still possibility that every week inflation might happen and the price of the bag of feed will keep increasing. So if you monitor your expense record very closely, you see that money is leaking through transportation of feed to the farm. So the best thing to do is to buy everything at once and transport them at once. So you need to properly track your expenses and income to know where money is leaking from your farm so that you patch it up. The fourth way to properly manage your cash flow in the poultry farm is to delay the non-essential spendings, especially those non-essential spendings that will cost a lot of money. The most important things in the farm, according to scale of preference, is feeding the birds, followed by the medication of the birds to make sure that they are healthy, and then thirdly is the staffing. Every other thing can wait until you have enough money to do them. For instance, maybe you're using the cone drinker, that manual one, you put water and you turn it for the birds. You understand? And it comes to a time you say, okay, I need nipple drinker. Nipple drinker is a very big investment, although you really need it in the farm, but you can still do without it. So I always encourage people to calm down for that nipple drinker until you have enough cash to do that and still have cash to keep running your farm. So you need to delay those non-essential expenses so that your cash flow will not stagger along the way. The fifth way to properly manage your cash flow is to try to have another streams of income coming into the farm. You are always spending. You need, at that point in time that you are spending, there is another route that money is coming into the farm when it's not yet time to sell the birds. For instance, if you have enough space in your farm, okay, you can start farming vegetables. In Nigeria, we normally farm ugu. In my farm here, I farm ugu. You understand? You can farm ugu and be making expensive and be making sales from there. Those more money you're getting from there, you can be using it to support the farm. Another way you can diversify your income as a poultry farmer is you can liaise with these feed milling companies, and then you open your own feed sales outlet so that other farmers will be patronizing you. Now the profit you are making from there, you can be using it constantly to assist in running your farm until your birds are ready to be sold, so that you make up that money you've been taking from the feed section, selling feed, to now balance up everything in the farm. The sixth way to properly manage your cash flow is to change your sales structure. When I say your sales structure, cash flow, you need inflows to be balancing with the constant outflow. So to changing your sales structure, I mean, you're raising your best for 6 weeks. 6 weeks is 42 days. You don't necessarily need to wait until the birds are 42 days old before you start selling them. If you properly raise your birds from the 5th week and few days, let's just say 5th week is day 35. From day 37, some of the birds, if you properly raise them, must have been able to meet up with the market target weight. What I mean by market target weight is 2.8 kg to 3 kg. Some of the birds, especially the males, because they eat more and they eat faster, they drag for food better. You understand? So as a farmer, what is left for you now, from day 37, you start sorting the birds. You start selecting those ones that have met the market target weight and start selling them, so that the cash inflow will come in earlier than when it should come. You get the point? Another way to restructure your sales process is to make people pre-order. If you have customers that trust you and you have customers that are loyal, you can make them pre-order. At times, pre-order can make them pay you for birds on the 4th week. The birds, you are raising them for 6 weeks, and some people are already paying you by the 4th week. You already know how much you want to sell the birds, right? Tell them how much you want to sell the birds so that they pay you upfront. That's pre-ordering for the birds. It will enable inflow to happen earlier. And then finally, the 7th way to properly manage your cash flow is to manage credit sales very well. You understand? Don't sell birds on credit. Don't give your birds on credit to unworthy customers. Only give it on credit to people who are credit worthy. And when you even give to those people who are credit worthy, make sure that you have a system to recover your money at when due, so that your farm will keep running itself. I'm trying to teach you how to be a good poultry business person using the videos I've shared in the playlist below. So if you are interested to learn more on how to be a good poultry business person, check the playlist in the description, click it and watch the other videos there. But if you want to just be a good poultry farmer, you understand, there are a lot of videos out there on the internet that will teach you how to farm. But if you want to learn how I do mine, and I do it properly, raising birds, I encourage you to enroll to the broiler video course. That's it for this video, guys. See you next time.